What's up, guys? This is Heather. I'm a diamond coach, and I'm going to share with you today how I'm able to connect with people and get them to enroll as coaches right away. So what I do is I make a list of names. So you can do this either on a computer or on paper. I just do pen and paper. These names, I find these names from people who have liked and commented on my posts, and I also find, like, if a friend posts something about fitness, I look at all the people who liked that post, and I will friend request them because I can see that they're into fitness and health. You can also go to your friends list and just go down the line alphabetically and write down people's names. So what I do when I go to somebody's name, so I see this girl's name, Chantel. So I will pull up her profile, and I use my phone to do this. Some people will use their computer because you can type faster. The reason that I like my phone is because I can scroll through it really fast and see their pictures and everything. So I'll go to the person's profile, and the first thing I do is I scroll through their news feed, and I can see what they've been up to for the last little while. And if there's things that I like, then I'll click like or comment. It's important to like a few things and comment on a few things. And then the next thing I do is I click on friends, and I check out the mutual friends who we have in common. And from that, I can tell how I know the person. Maybe they were in the same neighborhood as me, or they worked at the hospital with me, or they're from my hometown, from high school. It just depends, and it'll tell me like who their friends are and what we have in common. So the next thing I will do is look to see how many kids they have, and then I will open up the message, and then this is when I start messaging. So I'll say, hey, how are you? Your kids look so cute in your profile picture. How old are they? And then if it's something about their kids, then I'll usually volunteer my information and tell them that I have a son too and another son due in April, so they don't think that I'm a weird creeper asking about their kids. And then I usually get a response back better that way than if I just ask about their kids. If I can see that they're into fitness, I might ask them, hey, I loved your post about you working out at the gym. Where do you work out, or what type of exercises or workouts do you like the best? And I tell them that I've been a fitness trainer, and so it's all about connecting and finding what you have in common with that person. Like if you see that the person lives in the same town as you, you can say, oh, hey, I live in this town too, and I noticed that you're friends with my friend Barbara. We were nurses together at the hospital. How do you guys know each other? So things like that. So you need to figure out what you have in common with this person. And so that's what's worked really well with me, because I have a lot of connections through where I've worked and lived. And so you just really got to expand and think about all the different places that you've met people and try to find people that way. If it's like a complete stranger that lives on the other side of the country or whatever, then I'll usually talk to them, ask them about their family, or if they're into fitness or whatnot. So once we start talking, then there's a point where you find out what they like to do, you find out where they're from, what their family's like, what they do for work. And if they're still talking to you and they're not ignoring you, then it's good to kind of steer it over into the fitness nutrition realm and ask them, do you like working out? What type of workouts do you like? Things like that. And maybe the conversation doesn't go that route the first time you talk to them, which is totally fine. You can say, hey, it was great talking to you. I'll talk to you next time. And then the next day you can just pick up the conversation again and start from there and kind of lead it towards fitness and nutrition, or possibly coaching, whatever their interests may be. But it's important when you're speaking with someone to have the last thing that you say be a question. That way it keeps the conversation rolling, and it keeps the ball in their field, basically in your field, because then it gives them the opportunity to answer you and to get back to your question. And so after that, once we start talking about fitness and nutrition, it's important to be very bold with your inviting. So, the second somebody tells me that they want help with their nutrition or they're not doing very well, I'd say, oh, hey, would you like to be in my group with about 20 other girls? And maybe they have a friend in that group already. Then I'll say, hey, do you want to be in it with Angie and these other girls? And then from that point, they'll either tell me they're interested or they'll tell me no thanks. So if they tell me no thanks, then I'll usually say, well, it kind of depends on their background and whether they like to work out or anything, and I kind of dig deeper and ask more questions. You can ask, do you have any friends or family that would be interested? The people in my groups lose up to 13 pounds in 3 weeks. Or do you have any friends that would like to earn money from home, helping their friends with getting healthy? And then if they tell you that they're interested and they want more details, the very first thing that I do is I ask them, I say, I'd love to tell you more. What are your health and fitness goals? That way they know that I am serious. Like, this is a business. This isn't just a hobby. They know that I really, truly want to help them. And then this is where more questions start. So they tell me, what their goals are, and you say, I love your goals. I know without a doubt I can help you. And this is when it's so important to be bold and confident. You cannot be wishy-washy or people will not sign up with you. You have to tell them, I know without a doubt you will lose weight with this program. You will have an incredible transformation. And from then, I ask them, what type of workouts do you like the best? Do you struggle more with eating or exercise? And so you're gathering information, right? You want to know as much about them as possible. And this is what you would do in real life with a nutrition fitness type consultation. And from then on, I kind of figure out what they love, and you can recommend a program from there. Typically, if they're looking for weight loss, I always go with 21-Day Fix. If they have experience with exercise, I do 21-Day Fix Extreme. If they just want strength but they don't want to lose weight, I go with Hammer and Chisel. If it's a guy and he just wants strength, then I go with Body Beast. So it really depends on the person and their goals. And of course, there's plenty of other options out there. But I feel like the 21-Day Fix is really the best one all around because of, the workouts are a little different each day. They're only 30 minutes and so on and so forth. And from that point, once I start to ask them, would that help you to have 30-minute workouts at home? Would that help you to have an easy nutrition plan to follow? How will you feel when you're 10 pounds lighter, in a couple of months? How's that going to feel? How much happier will you be? And, it's important to convey that you're excited for them. And that's what I found, what gets people to enroll, is you really have to be excited for them and let them know that. So the very next thing that I would do is tell them, well, the best way to order is in the Discount Coach program because you save $30 a month on your Shakeology or your performance supplements. And these people, they don't know the difference between whether the Shakeology is included or not, and they really just want to save money. And they know that you're interested in them and that you're interested in their well-being, so they're going to take your advice and sign up in the discount program because they want to save that money. So that is what I always do. Number one, go for no. The worst thing they can do is tell you no. If they adamantly refuse to be in the Discount Coach program, then you can give them another option. But I don't have that problem because I tell them, this is honestly the best deal because it really truly is. And I tell them it's like a Costco card where it costs $16 a month for your membership and you get everything 25% off. So that's what I do every time. And once they're okay with that and they're still excited, then I send them the link to order. And maybe they'll sit on it for a few days or they won't order right away. It's important to follow up. Fortune is definitely in the follow-up, but you don't want to be bugging them every day. So you need to if they don't sign up that day, then I would check back the next day and say, can I answer any questions for you? I'm so excited to have you in the group. If they ignore you again, I would wait probably another few days, even up to maybe a week. And then I always have a deadline 1 week before my group starts, and on that day, I go back to all the people who have been dragging their feet and say, today is the last day to order to get everything in the mail on time. Do you want me to add you to the group with us? And then that is really effective at getting people to enroll right there because they know they can't wait on it any longer. So those are my tips and advice for how I'm able to enroll coaches so quickly. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will be happy to answer them for you. Thanks, guys.